What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Ebbsfleet United. So apologies if you hear anything wrong in my voice or maybe you hear a bit of sniffling. I'm currently ill with like a flu or something, I don't know, a cold. So hopefully I'll edit any like major things out that I think sound a bit rank on thing, but hopefully my voice doesn't sound too weird, a bit blocked up and stuff. So apart from that, let's get through to Ebbsfleet United. So last time I left you off, we were 6 months into the season and we found ourselves battling on, theoretically, 4 fronts. You know, we could still push for the Champions League in the league. Technically, we could probably go for the Premier Division title, but I ruled that out. So, you know, technically, we're battling for the Champions League. We were still in the Capital One Cup semi-final. We had Wolves, a pretty easy team, so that was a competition we could get through to the final to. Of course, the FA Cup was just about to start, and we were in the Europa League first knockout round against Standard Liège, a team, again, I felt we could beat. So, you know, we had things to play for in every single competition, but you know, let's cut the chase and let's have a look at how we did. So in the league, we found ourselves finishing 3rd place, an incredible high for the club, the highest ever finish, of course, the club's history, and only 3 points off Manchester City in 2nd. Manchester United thoroughly deserved to win the title. No one could really match them. As you see, only 5 defeats all season long. No one's going to be able to compete with that. Well, at least this season anyway. But you know, overall, I'm so chuffed that we got Champions League football. It's going to be a major plus. Of course, we entered the group stages as well as we finished 3rd. So, you know, we've got a great season coming up next year. And, you know, again, going into the unknown once more. We got to the Europa League first time this year. Now we're going to be entering the Champions League next year, entering the big boy league. So let's see how the little Ebbsfleet United can do. Sorry. Let's have a little look quickly at goals scored. So we scored the 3rd highest amount of goals in the league, only beaten by United and Chelsea. So scoring a lot of goals this season. Goals against, we conceded about mid-table, so still defensively isn't the strongest part of our game. I will continue to look to see if I can strengthen defensively, maybe in the goalkeeper area, maybe even the midfield. I mean, maybe the centre mids need to be improved a little, the defensive-minded midfielders maybe and stuff like that. So, you know, we've still got things under consideration, but our goal difference says plus 19, and that is very good. So overall, I'm happy with the goals we're scoring and the goals we're conceding for now. Of course, it could improve, but then again, you know, you can always improve unless you keep a clean sheet all the way throughout the season. Let's have a look at past positions. As you can see, it took us a while to get going. Last time I left you off, we were around 19 games in, so we were 6th. But, you know, it wasn't until this last maybe stage of the season that probably 3rd of the season or 5th or whatever of the season, we started really pushing forward and managed to, you know, even peak at 2nd place at a few times. So, but we were in the Champions League for a long time, from game 29 to game 38. So, in the end of the day, at the end of the season, you could argue that we did deserve it based on our final, you know, spell of the season, because, you know, nothing's awarded over this first half. You know, as long as you can build yourself a little bit of a foundation, you can always do, you know, incredible things in the second half. So, let's go into the transfers and have a look at what happened. Not much action did occur. A lot of it is going into next season. So we'll talk about the one guy we brought in this season. Then we'll look at the fixtures and we'll come back to the transfers and talk about next seasons. So one person left the club on a fee, and that was Hayden White. He left for 4.2 million. So we ended up getting a profit from White, which is very good. As you see, what is that profit? That is 1.5 million pounds. So earning a decent profit for someone that hasn't even played a game for half the season, and to go to Newcastle, who again arguably are direct competitors with us because, you know, they're battling around the Europa League, Champions League spots. Overall, I think that's a good fee to pick up for a player that really I don't really care about losing. You know, I've got McKee now, I don't need him, and 4.2 million is, as I say, it's getting profit, and it helps sort of, in a way, pay off McKee's fee. And elsewhere, we loaned out John Eldershaw, but that doesn't mean anything. He's a nobody, really. So let's go into the fixtures and have a look at how we did. So last time I left you off was after this West Brom at Albion game, where we drew 1-1 in the league. Following that, we had a very tough 3-3 draw against Championship team Leicester. Overall, the team just didn't really perform well, and end of the day, Lingard's 89th minute equalising goal was enough to earn us a replay against Leicester, which really shouldn't have been the plan, or really shouldn't have been the outcome come the start of the game. After that, we beat Wolves 1-0 thanks to an own goal from Adam Shaw at home in the Capital One Cup semi-final first leg. So a slender lead at home, which means it's going to be tough going away to Wolves and trying to grind out a result. Following that 1-0 victory, we beat Liverpool 2-1. Brilliant result from the team there, beating a team again directly competing with us. And in the end of the day, it was the Villa's goal getting us the 3 points. And then against Leicester in the FA Cup third round replay, we won 4-2. A much better performance from the team. Still conceding 2 goals, but a lot better going forward. With Rhodes, Sousa, De Villa and Thornster scoring his first goal for the club, helping us get through to the next round there. After that, we beat Hull City 4-0 before drawing 2-2 to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Capital One Cup second round at Molineux. And thanks to that one goal we scored in the first leg, also actually the one own goal we were awarded in the first leg, that was enough to put us through to the Capital One Cup final. So we'll be in another cup final this season. And it was actually a tight game that maybe Wolves could have won if it weren't for Maxime Gonalonso getting sent off in the 74th minute. I thought they could have actually they had the momentum with them. They were showing signs that they could potentially score another goal, and due to the fact that guy got sent off, I think just their confidence went. Suddenly the momentum was us. We could keep the ball a lot better and things like that. So it could have been a different story if it weren't for that red card. But either way, we are through to the Capital One Cup final and a chance to win the Capital One Cup for the first time in the club's history. After that, FA Cup third round followed and we won 3-1 before another 3-1 victory against Stoke. Then came our first defeat in a long time, in over almost a month actually over a month. We lost our first game this year. A lot of games in that in the space of a month. We lost 5-2 to Chelsea. Just couldn't really compete with them on the day. Very poor defensively. Sousa got 2 goals, which is of course an amazing thing to happen for any player to score at Stamford Bridge twice as an away team, but still, we just weren't able to compete with Chelsea on the day. And we also lost to Arsenal 2-1, which is the first time this season we've lost 2 games on the trot. In the league, I should say, because we lost 2 on the trot there. But look at that. When was the last time we lost 2 on the bounce in the league? You have to go all the way back to last season, February, to find out when we last conceded lost 2 times in the league. So it shows how good our form has been this year. But sadly, it sort of fell away a little here as we lost to Arsenal 2-1 in the league. Following that, 5-1, Standard Liège, brilliant result, dominated Standard Liège. There were no competition there. Davila, Levitt getting 2 each, and Lingard also getting in on the scoring before sadly we were knocked out of the FA Cup 5th round by Arsenal. Yet again, another 2-1 defeat against Arsenal. This time we took the lead. In the previous game, Arsenal actually took the lead before we equalised, and then Arsenal took the lead yet again. This time we took the lead before sort of capitulating in the second half as Griezmann and Peters scored 2 goals in very quick succession, and as a result we weren't able to fight back. So out of the FA Cup, which is of course a shame, unable to try and retain that trophy, but we still have the Capital One Cup final to look forward to. We just beat Standard Liège 5-1 and then drew 0-0 straight after that, so it meant we were through to the Europa League second knockout round. So, and plus, we're still battling for the Champions League battling to try and qualify for the Champions League through the Premier Division. So, we're still battling on a few fronts. So I didn't really mind getting knocked out to Arsenal. Sort of lessened the workload a little. We then lost to Newcastle 2-1. So continuing our poor run of form domestically, before finally we bounced back, beating Aston Villa 2-1, and that was the ideal timing, because after that we played Manchester United in the Capital One Cup final and managed to beat them yet again. So 3 times in the space of 1 season, or a year I should say, because it's not even come round to the FA Cup final again. So in the space of 1 year we've beaten Manchester United 3 times at Wembley, retained our 100% record at Wembley, and not only that, Cardozo scored a goal from a corner in the 71st minute in a game that we were really good defensively to help us win the Capital One Cup. And that's a contrast to the last few times we've played United, because the last 2 times we played United at Wembley in this year, it's been 3-0 to us, then 3-3 we won on penalties. So both times you could argue that the strike force was what won us the game. This time though, United were all over us. We had to battle hard, hunker down, defend really well, and we did. And as a result, once we got the opportunity, which Cardozo did in the corner, once he took it, we just had to perform like we've been doing all game long, defending hard, getting blocks, challenges in, keeper performing really well, got man of the match today, and that helped us win the Capital One Cup. So technically qualify for the Europa League here with that. So, there was no worry there. We've got Europa League football no matter what next season. But of course, the Champions League was where I was aiming for. But it's also nice to get a bit of silverware, even if it is just Capital One Cup. A trophy is a trophy, and I'm not going to knock it. Following that, we played Udinese in the Europa League second knockout round. And we won 2-0 at home. Davila and Sousa scoring the 2 goals there. We beat Cardiff in between the game, following up the second leg. Before, in the second leg, we very nearly threw it away. So we had a very slender 1-goal advantage from the first leg to carry over to the second leg. And as you can see, they took the lead incredibly early on with a second-minute goal, which put them back on level terms. Which put them... Sorry, we had a 2-goal advantage, in the first leg, which put them only 1 goal away from, catching us from the goal difference on aggregate, before the Villa stepped up, scoring. They then got one back yet again, and then 2 very quick goals from Sousa at the turn of the half helped us establish a 3-2 lead over them before yet again we very nearly capitulated. A bit like we did against Arsenal earlier on in the FA Cup. We allowed them to score 2 very quick goals, and they were only 1 goal away from... Well, actually, they would have been 2 goals away because of the fact we had the away goals. We had 3 away goals. But, they were close to scoring 2 more goals and would have put them through. And as you can see, Sansone, who scored the 2 goals, was on fire. We were powerless to stop him. And it very nearly became an embarrassing defeat to Udinese. But, we still went through. In the end, even if we had to work for it, had to fight for it, we put ourselves through to the Europa League quarter-finals. After that, we beat Wolves 1-0, nice standard victory, very early goal, and then just holding on for the rest of the game. We then beat Manchester City 2-0 in a incredible result. 2-0, Sousa getting 2 goals, and if you look at the end of the season, we're only 3 points behind them, so that result could have been important if it had been a few different ways. Before another draw to Reading. Reading, I don't think we beat them this season. Didn't we draw to them earlier on? No, we lost to them earlier on, so Reading, poor year for us against Reading. Being unable to pick up the results we needed. Before yet again we entered the Europa League once more. This time quarter-final, and we played FC Nantes. Nantes? I have no idea. And I didn't really know what to expect going into this game because FC Nantes aren't really a team you expect to hear when you think of top team in France. But they are a top team. I looked at their history. They've been performing very well in the Ligue 1 for the past few years. So I knew we had to play at our best if we wanted to beat them. They weren't going to be an easy team to beat. A bit like Standard Liège earlier on in the season. And 4-3 was the result of the first leg. Levitt got 2 goals, and as you can see, the game didn't really start until the 50th minute when Levitt commenced the scoring frenzy. This took place afterwards. Levitt scored in the 50th minute, Sousa, and then Levitt once again, giving us a 3-0 advantage before, again, we threw it away. We conceded 3 goals in the space of 21 minutes to SC Nats, and very nearly forced ourselves going into a second leg with no advantage, really. And in fact, Nats would have had the advantage due to the 3 away goals. But up step Koulibaly, I believe it's pronounced that, came on as a sub and scored in the 91st minute from a corner, earning us what could have been vital victory from the first leg and that 1-goal advantage. So it's still pretty much all to play for, with such a high-scoring affair going into the second leg at home for us. In between that, we beat Swansea 2-1, nice easy game, what you would want, before we absolutely smashed them away from home, away from home, we absolutely smashed them and showed our quality and class in the team as we scored 4. Sousa, Cardoza, Davila and Batur, 2 centre-backs scoring for us as well, showing that set pieces were crucial for us in this game. And really shows that if we had defended a little better in the first game, we would have put the game way beyond doubt in that first leg, and then the second leg could have been a nice, easy cruise through to the Europa League semi-final, but we still got there. And that's the main thing come the end of the day. Following that, another draw to Fulham. Still can't beat them. Bogey team. Annoying to face. Beat Southampton though. Back on winning ways. And beat Brighton before we went into the Europa League semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain. And we went to Paris to start the first leg. And we won 3-2. Yet again, another slender lead to help us go into the second leg. And despite the fact they took the lead and then we took the lead in the 84th... No. Despite the fact we had a 3-1 advantage and really should have, held off the game. They got one back in the 84th minute, quite late on in the match, as you can see, and really sort of put the game in question again. Because 3-1 going into the second leg, I would just say we were very comfortable and would have said we had 1 foot in the final. Once they scored that goal, it's suddenly a very open game. They could have scored 2 goals at home against us. Of course, 1 wouldn't have been enough due to the away goal ruling. But wouldn't put it past them, Paris Saint-Germain, to score 2 against us. So it was very worrying going into the second leg. But yet again, Koulibaly came on and got us that third goal as a sub from a corner yet again. So he was on fire in Europe this year for goal scoring record, which isn't something you'd really expect to see or say for a centre-back. In between the first leg and the second leg, we drew to Tottenham 2-2. Again, that's not a great game. That's not the best game you really want between two very tough Europa League games. You want a nice, easy team, a bit like Brighton, a bit like Cardiff or something like that. You want a team that you can beat quite comfortably. Get morale up and go into the second leg sky high. Sorry about that, guy sneezed. But yeah, going into the second leg, Paris Saint-Germain got the scoreline to 2-1, but thanks to our third away goal in the first leg, thanks to Koulibaly coming on and scoring for us, it helps us put us through. So we took the lead in the 37th minute, which, 4-2 in aggregate. Really, you would say that was the game beyond doubt. Could they score 3 goals against us? Maybe, but I wouldn't. Going into the game, I'd have said no. But as you can see by the match stats, they could have potentially, as they scored in the 56th and 60th minute, which meant they had 30 minutes to try and score another goal, but some great defending out there from Cardoza. Koulibaly came on and did very well. Deprella came on and did well, taking off 2 players that really were at fault for the goals. And overall, it helped clog up the holes and helped us progress through to the Europa League final. What an accomplishment. So we had that to look forward to. After that, we lost to Manchester United 4-2, which wasn't ideal, before we played a completely rotated team of Sunderland, because I really wanted the first team, my starting team, to be fully fresh for the Europa League final. And at this point, we already knew we had Champions League football. We already knew we had I think, third minimum. So I wasn't really worried going into this game. I think we had fourth minimum, sorry. I wasn't really worried going into this game that we were going to lose or not. Because the Europa League final, to me, was the important thing. And we already knew we had Champions League football next year. And then in the Europa League final, in Brussels, we won 1-0 against Arsenal. Yet again, Arsenal, they must hate us. Ever since we've come into this division, we've done nothing but caused them troubles and, made them miss out on Europa League, made them miss out on this, made them miss out on that. And this time we made them miss out on a Europa League title. And it was for a 103rd minute goal from Jordan Rose. Now, when I signed this, I'll go up in the comments, Backer would have probably done a better job. But I brought Rhodes in. I said, I think he's going to be a guy that, could do very well for us. And, the fact that he scored this goal now, to me, says he's worth, maybe it's worth the fact that I've brought this guy in. Maybe Bakker would have become a great player, yes. But would he have scored this goal? I don't know. Maybe, okay, he's not here to really prove that. But to me, Rhodes, the fact that he scored that, he's worth all the money worth the money I paid for him. Not all the money in the world. It's Europa League, calm it down. But still, Europa League title, our first ever European title. What an achievement for the side, and Super Sub Rhodes to the rescue. And in the last game of the whole entire season, we won 3-2 against West Bromwich Albion. So, what an incredible season. We won a double. We won the Capital One Cup and the Europa League. It does mean going into next season, we will be playing in the European Super Cup, and we already know who we're going to be facing in that. We will be playing Barcelona in the European Super Cup at, I have no idea where that ground is. So yeah, first time we've actually ever played Barcelona. So exciting times ahead there. Really looking forward to that game. So yeah, those are the fixtures. You saw the league table already before. We won Europa League, won the Capital One Cup. Let's talk about some transfers going into next season. So first guy I brought in was 450k for Ismaili Hamadou, I believe it is. He's an Algerian goalkeeper, 18 years of age, and he's just coming in to be our backup goalkeeper for next season. We really needed at least a half-decent young backup goalkeeper. I saw this guy there, pretty cheap fee. I definitely feel we can sell him on for more later on. So, yeah, we've picked him up there. And the next guy we signed on a free transfer is Alex Gray. He was released from Manchester City. And overall, I think he's got some decent stats to him. Technique, passing, first touch, very quick midfielder. Technically, mentally, he's got a few good stats, like creativity off the ball, flair's decent, I guess. But overall, Alex Gray, not a bad little player. Someone I definitely feel I can utilise in the middle of the park. Not a bad option to have on the bench. So, Alex Gray coming in. Hopefully, I'll do a little better than he's done in the past. He's not actually played professional football for 2 years. So, hopefully, we'll get him back into the swing of things. And let's have a look at what, upcoming transfers we've got coming in. Sorry about that, guys. First guy we've got coming in is Kosalinek from Paris Saint-Germain, I believe it is pronounced. 22 years of age, young centre-back, plus centre defensive mid, plus centre mid, plus centre attacking mid, apparently. But really, he's coming in as a centre-back. This guy looks great. He's young. He's got potential. So I was willing to bring this guy in. He's coming in on a free transfer as well, which is one of the main reasons I'm bringing this guy in. He's 22, so he's not exactly the youngest player around. But, if I can maybe get him a few games here and there, try and improve him. If not, sell him on hopefully for a bit of profit. So that's the first guy we're bringing in. And the next guy, Stavros Tevis. Tevis. Yeah, it's Tevis, isn't it? I believe it is. 23-year-old Greek right attacking mid. This guy, I think, looks like a very good talent. 33, so he's still decently young in age. Good Premier Division player with the potential to be a star. According to our player reports and stuff, we do need a new right attacking mid. So I saw this guy here on a free transfer from Juventus. I thought, why not give it a bash? As you can see, they've loaned out to Watford, and the last time we signed someone who was out on loan from Watford was Sakor, and he's been doing great. So I'm willing to take the punt yet again on Tevis. And on the outs, I don't think there's any people leaving. As you see, Sakor is having big bids coming for him. £32 million. He's valued at £26.5 million. His stats are incredible. As I said, I was surprised I could sign him on a free transfer when I did. And after 2 pretty good years in the Premier League, not as good this year, but still pretty good years in the Premier League, he's now valued at an incredible value. But he's not going anywhere. Don't worry. He's staying here. He was offered a new contract as well, so he's not leaving for a long time. And also, we tried to get rid of Jordan Ibby, but as you see, rejecting the contract from Swansea. I don't rate this guy at all. We need to get him out. He's wasting my time. Those are the transfers coming in next season. Let's have a look at the squad though, and who did well and who played well. So 63 appearances Larinus made, missing all but one game where we put Luden in to make his league debut for the side. Assists. I saw Larinus there. Actually got an assist. Where is he? There he is. Look at that. He got 1 assist. He got more than Cardozo, who's played 56 games and 2 assists, two substitute appearances. So I understand centre backs aren't meant to get assists, but neither is a goalkeeper. But the assists, look at that. 23 from Lingard. Lingard has been incredible this year. Yet again, it was even better than he was last year actually. So Jesse Lingard, despite the fact that reports say he's actually not that good of a player, if he's playing well, I'm going to keep playing him. I am bringing Tervis in, yes, but I'm going to be starting, hopefully, with Lingard, as long as, he's fully fit and stuff. I'm going to start with Lingard next season. If he's not playing well, of course I will take him out of the team. But for now, he's in the squad, and he's actually been called up to England because of his good form. So that is really encouraging to see. Levitt, 21 assists this season, 18 goals as well. What an incredible year for him. Not as good as his past few years, but his second best year in the Premier League. An improvement from last year, and still playing for England as well. So Richard Levitt now entering the prime of his career. Hopefully he can step it up to the next level, maybe become the best player in the world. Goals scored. Luis Sousa scored 33 goals this season for us. He has been incredible, but then again, he is a wonder kid, so I would expect it. Elsewhere, Davila scored 19, getting 12 assists as well. Very good first year for the guy in a completely different continent. So, I expected he may struggle, but he's actually done really well, especially in Europe. He did really well in Europe. And also Luis Sousa there, you can see his stats. What a great season for him. Rhodes scored 8 goals, but struggled to really, find form coming on for the last 10, maybe 20 minutes of a game. But you'd expect that. So I don't know how much of a future Rhodes has got left. Maybe I should try and sell him now. He's on a very large wage in proportion to a lot of the other people, and he doesn't really play a lot. So Rhodes may be running out of time, but the fact he scored that incredible goal in the club's history means that, whatever happens, I would still say I was happy to have signed Jordan Rhodes. And elsewhere, Liam Kelly. Liam Kelly did a good year. Again, I think he had a few injuries which hindered his appearances and things like that. But a better year than he had last year. And again, I'm going to hopefully keep him here. We are bringing in Gray, who does play in the same position as him. But as you can see from sort of the lineups, Kelly would be considered a backup striker going into next season. Gray being a centre attacking mid backup. Per the match awards, who got the most there? It was Davila with 7, Lingard with 6, Sousa with 5, Levitt 4. A lot of good people picking these up. And average ratings, who got the highest? Or who was pretty good overall? Amarilla, isn't it? I think, whatever. He did very well for his first ever year in the Premier League. Well worth the £3 million spent. Sakor, as you can see, did well. Bator did well yet again for us. Improvement for last season, which is encouraging. to see. Definitely helped the fact that he was alongside a very good centre-back in Cardoza, who occasionally slipped up, yes, but I'm still, putting some incredible performances when we needed him to, especially like the Capital One Cup final against United, and even against Arsenal he did well as well. And McKee as well, what a step up in the right-back quality area. So all these new signings, I'd say, have done decently well. The boys played a lot more games this season, but continue to struggle. I think I may be looking to try and loan this guy out, try and get him to a level a bit more suited to him, because he's just struggling to find any form in the Premier League, find any traction, to get a good run of form. So that's the team. Overall, I don't really think there's much more I can really point out there and talk about. Darren has kept 18 clean sheets. I guess there's something. In terms of tactic, that's what I'm hopefully waiting for it to load up for. There we go. This is the tactic now. I don't think I've had anything else. Maybe I have. I don't know. I can't really tell. I don't remember when you guys last saw what it was like. But yeah, overall there you can see what the tactic is. We play this pretty much every game. Feel free to comment on what you think of it. But apart from that, let's go into some stats. So player stats. Top goal scorer, Sousa came third. Drawn third, behind ahead of Jeff Smith, apparently, just behind Benzia and Nick Blackman. Shots on target ratio, Lingard is there. Cardoza was still up there with his key tackles, just behind Ryan Shawcross and Carl Barkley. So Cardoza had a great year, like I say. Okay, his match rating was below 7 for the Premier League, but with them key tackle stats and things like that, clearly he was. He had his moments, he clearly had his moments. But let's run through the awards. So player of the month, we only picked it up once in the form of Jesse Lingard. We'll go Golden Glove, I guess, next. Golden Glove, didn't come anywhere in that. I went to De Gea, Tim Krul and Joe Hart, still the original goalkeepers. Footballer of the Year went to Eden Hazard, yet again, winning that 2 years on the bounce now. Goal of the month, we never won it. We came second and third on 2 occasions. Goal of the season went to Max Power against us. Oh no! Oh my god. Manager of the month, we didn't pick it up ever this year, but we actually won Manager of the Year. Take your hat off to me. Give me a round of applause. I won Manager of the Year, despite the fact Neville picking up Manager of the Month. But I think I thoroughly deserved it. Not trying to blow my own trumpet. Player of the month, you already saw. We only won that once. Player of the year went to Juan Mata yet again. Players team of the year, we actually got someone in it. Luis Sousa got in it on the bench. Yet to get anyone in the starting 11 though. Young player of the year, Richard Levitt came third place behind Mu Huang So, which is a familiar name because I believe we have someone of that name in our Suwon side, and Kesper Hansen. But overall, yeah, I say that they deserved it more than him. They played a few more games. Top goal scorer, you already know, Sousa came third. And young player of the month, we picked it up. Luis Sousa picked it up once. Amarilla picked it up once. And Luis Sousa picked it up actually again. Sorry, Luis Sousa picked it up twice. So yeah, overall picking up a few good awards. Did we get any on the European stage? I don't think we have. Let me have a look at something. I want to see something as well. Do these guys hand out awards? A bit like Wales do. Wales hand out awards, of course. Those remember the Welsh way. The things like Welsh Player of the Year and stuff like that. I don't think they do, actually. Either way, I want to check on some things. I want to see if they have awards for Europe, hopefully. Let me find how to get there. Awards in Europe. Best player in Europe, we didn't get that. Best goal, European Golden Boy, we didn't get that. Golden Shoe, we didn't get that. What about the world? Can we get the world from here? Africa, North America, Oceania, South America, Club World Cup, Confederation Cup. Nope. Okay, we can't. Awards, nope. How do I get to world? Come on. There we go. There's transfers. That'll get me on the world page. Awards. World Golden Ball went to Gareth Bale. World Player of the Year went to Eden Hazard. And World's Team of the Year, we didn't get anyone in that. So we're still not being recognised on that stage. Great. Have I missed anything out? Did we improve our facilities? We improved our youth facilities. What are they now at? They are now at a average youth facilities, which is all right, I guess. But yeah, there's actually something I wanted to sort of look at. Let's go on here, view reputation. Let's go on clubs. Where are we ranked in reputation of clubs? As you can see, look at that. Look how high up we are. Wow. 4.5-star team, worldwide reputation. Financially, we're the 15th richest club in the world. In Europe, sorry, not the world. I can actually check that again. If I go on transfers on the world, and then I click on clubs, we are one of the highest reputable teams in the world. Exactly the same place we were in Europe, because the South American teams aren't actually up there. There's a few Brazilian teams. And who were in richest clubs in the world? The 15th richest club in the world. From the lowly leagues of the Skrill South to 8 years later being the 15th richest club in the world with a Europa League and Capital One Cup winning season. Mind blown. Hopefully we can continue that next year. Hopefully we can yet again break some more records, or have a few more firsts. First time winning the Champions League, maybe? First time of asking, I think that's a little bit too much. But, hopefully we'll push for the Premier League. If not, get Champions League football again next season. Maybe win another trophy domestically. That would be great. And maybe even make that push for the league. That could be a real possibility next year, hopefully. So, this will be it for now, guys. Until next time, peace out.